Look at that.
No, this just happened.
Alright. So I just messed up my new britches. Red paint all over my new britches. And my tennis shoes.
It's okay.
Alright.
So,
This is my buddy Sean.
hi.
You guys have maybe heard about Sean. We're in the grad program together at UNM. Whoops. I hit a button, buddy.
It's still recording.
Okay.
Let's look at some artwork.
Alright. So you guys asked for a studio visit, so that's what you're getting. Let's see. Where do we start? Oh, let's start here.
Okay.
So this is called Captain Crunch. And this is a painting I did for my daddy many years ago, maybe 2010. And on Saturday mornings, Daddy and I would have cereal and watch cartoons together. And so when he passed away a few years later, I made him this painting. And it sort of, it marks a time when I started moving from figurative to mark making and this kind of impasto mark making and the asphaltum here. Let's see, what else?
Oh, yeah.
This is the latest one. That's the earliest one.
Oh, yeah, that's... We'll back up so I can see the whole thing.
Here's the latest one. And so this one is different because, like if you look at this one, or actually, I'm sorry. This one, buddy? Let's go here. So this one has like background and patina and mark making that gives it like another dimension and layers.
What's the title of this?
This is actually a symbol instead of a title. It's like this symbol.
Oh, yeah,
This symbol.
that.
Yeah.
The center.
Yeah, that's the title. And this is the painting I was painting the day I came out, the day I realized I was trans. I don't know if you came in that day, but I started painting this painting, and I was painting phallus shapes, and somebody would come in and they would notice it, and I would try to mark it out, and then later someone else would come in and they were still seeing it. So anyway, at the end of that day, I kind of focused in on what the painting was about and what I'm about, and this kind of kicked off.
Right. Just like came together.
Yeah.
And then how were you, and then you were relating that to this?
Oh yeah. So so that has a really worked background, and this has history in the background, like some patina and history of mark making and layers and shit like that.
When we see those like mountain shapes again.
And that's on the surface, but the background is like this thing that has to happen first. And in the new painting, while we're here on this one is a painting that I feel is very like both male and female, and was made at a time where those two things were kind of spinning, and I was trying to come to terms with it. So this is one of my favorite paintings, because I feel like it's both male and female. In a really kind of balanced way. It feels like not too much is there. I was happy with this one. And then this is the latest one, so it's got none of that.
None of the atmosphere.
I just went right at it. And this one happened at the end of the summer. So this summer, I was trying to work, and I was having a hard time working. And at the end of the summer, I came in and just let myself just go at it with hesitation. So there's no history, there's no patina. Every mark is, it's not really messed with. So that's different. So some folks have asked how my transition affected my painting. So I think this painting shows the most directly how my transition has affected my painting. And it's more direct, and it's
like maybe like one idea, like you said you did it like
yeah.
all in one go.
Yeah, it's also confident. Like there's, it's
yeah.
like one thing happens, and then another thing happens in reaction to that. And
Yeah.
both emotions are confident and at ease in themselves. Like it's a conversation that's happening. It happened kind of freely back and forth, but it made me
Right. Nothing was retracted
No.
or like.
No, nothing was retracted. That's a good point. So that's that. Oh, and then I guess this one.
Wow. Yeah.
So this is called I Heart Don Martin.
So colorful.
Right.
Great.
That's probably Don Martin was an illustrator for Mad Magazine, and so there's a lot of comic book influence in this one. And this one is also about mark making. Don Martin used to make this mark for Chen, and I learned to draw by watching him, copying his work in Mad Magazine. And this is a motion that now I realize as an adult, it took me a long time to figure out where it came from, but it came from him, and it's something I still use. So this is kind of an homage to him, a thank you to him for making me the artist I am today, for helping making me the artist I am today. And then, let's see, this is called New Mexico Surf. And I was missing California, but I was also feeling excited about being in the desert in New Mexico. So it's kind of, and at this time I was also trying to come to terms with gender. And so this is kind of a collision. And I'm also kind of into the idea of collisions.
Yeah. Obviously.
And Deleuze talks about everything being a result of a collision, and I love that idea because it's like if things collide, then something can't happen without the relationship of another thing. You need one thing to be another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, this one is an Earl painting. This is one of the first paintings that I made. I think I made this after I started taking testosterone. I did make it after I changed my name. So, or I made it while I knew what my name was, but I hadn't quite changed it. I can't remember. But this is an E for Earl. It's also an E for Everett, which was Daddy's name, and Edgar, which was my granddaddy's name. But I also see it as like a painting about athletics, and like I see basketball moments in here and baseball moments, and like this is a sideburn that I really want. I really want sideburns. So this is like
Oh yeah.
a sideburn, and this is like a middle-aged basketball, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but like he's middle-aged, so he's lost some hair, but he's still fucking, jamming.
This looks like a New Mexico plateau.
Totally, right? Yeah, that's good. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about it as an eyebrow. I like that idea.
Yeah, it's an eyebrow then.
I like that idea. And maybe this is an elbow, but I do this symbol.
Yeah.
Maybe these are wrestling trunks. Or basketball trunks, or like old-timey basketball trunks.
I see.
don't know.
Like Speedo style.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I started making a series of smaller ones. So these are 20 by 16, and these are transgression paintings.
What's that mean?
So each one is they're kind of about the idea of transgression, like like my mother thinks that what I'm doing is a sin. There was a part of me that was worried about doing something against nature when I transitioned. It kept me from it for a long time. And so I'm kind of embracing that in these, I hope. So like this one is transgression number, I think it's 3, chicken and waffles. So I would love to be vegan. I used to be when I started grad school. I was.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I remember.
I started eating chicken and stuff and fish. We just had fish.
Yeah, frizzle kicks,
Yeah, Liffy chips.
Liffy chips.
Yeah. So this is a whole chicken. Like there's a whole chicken.
Oh.
This is called transgression number 3, chicken and waffles.
Got to get close to that chicken.
And this is transgression number 2, tomfoolery. And then this is called Earl.
We're in another section of your studio.
Oh, okay, so this is where I work. The front room is where I hang the finished stuff. And then some finished stuff. I'm running out of room. But this is where I make them. I'm trying to remember the title of this one. That's in the works.
Ooh, jackpot. Let's look at all this paint.
It's called Dirty Kings. And this I painted after Testosterone. And it's titled Dirty Kings after a Click song. Another trans man's music. And I just wanted to paint something that was, I guess, more raw. And I feel like this is more masculine. We can end on this one. And this is called Earl. And this is this is a painting I feel was like, I feel like this is my first transition painting in a way. I had begun to transition and I was starting to feel more like myself. And so in this one, it's like, I had been sort of setting things up as like, there's this and there's this, and they're going at each other. They're 2 different things. They're 2 different people or 2 different energies. And in this one, it was like they're 2 different parts of me. So there wasn't so much of a divide between the 2 things.
Yeah.
And they started to come together more and kind of merge into something that felt more congruent. And still dirty and rough and not pretty, and I like that. So, yeah. Yeah.